Okay, this is a song by Bob Dylan called The Ballad of Frankie Lee and Judas Priest. Here we go. Well, Frankie Lee and Judas Priest, they were the very best of friends. So when Frankie Lee needed money one day, Judas pulled out his roll of tens. He placed them on a footstool just above the plotted plain. Said, take your pick, Frankie boy, my loss will be your gain. Well, Frankie Lee, he sat right down and put his fingers to his chin. But with the cold eyes of Judas on him, his head it began to spin. Could you please not stare at me like that, he said. It's just my foolish pride. For sometimes a man must be alone, and this is no place to hide. And Judas, he just winked and he said, all right, I'll leave you here. But you'd better hurry up and choose one of those bills, Frankie Lee, before they all disappear. I'm gonna start my picking right now, said Lee. Just tell me where you'll be. Judas stood up, pointed down the road and said, eternity. Eternity? Said Frankie Lee, with a voice as cold as ice. That's right, said Judas Priest, eternity, though you might call it paradise. I don't call it anything, said Frankie Lee with a smile. All right, says Judas Priest, well, I'll see you after a while. Frankie Lee, he sat back down, feeling low and mean, when just then a passing stranger burst upon the scene, saying, are you Frankie Lee the gambler, whose father is deceased? If you are, there's a fellow calling you down the road. They say his name is Priest. Oh yes, he is my friend, said Frankie Lee in fright. I do recall him very well. You see, in fact, he just left my sight. That's the one, said the stranger, as quiet as a mouse. Well, anyway, my message is that he's down the road. Judas Priest, he's stranded in a house. Frankie Lee, he panicked. He dropped everything and he ran, till he came onto the spot where Judas Priest did stand. What kind of a house is this, he said, where I have come to roam? It's not a house, says Judas Priest. It's not a house. It's a home. Frankie Lee, he trembled, and he soon lost all control over everything which he had made while the mission bells did toll. And he just stood there staring at that house as big and bright as any sun. That house had 24 windows and a woman's face in every one. Well, up the stairs ran Frankie Lee with a soulful bounding glee, and foaming at the mouth he began to make his midnight creep. For 16 nights and days he raved, and on the 17th he burst right into the arms of Judas Priest, which is where he died of thirst. No one tried to say a thing as they carried him out in jest, except of course the little neighbor boy who carried him to rest. And that boy walked along alone with his guilt all well concealed. That boy muttered underneath his breath, nothing is revealed. Well, the moral of this story and the moral of this song is simply that one should never be where one does not belong. So if you see a neighbor carrying something, help him with his load. Don't go mistaking paradise for that home across the road.